Just be an impossible night for the families of 2 men killed in a Weld County house explosion.
Nothing is ever what it seems. This, just having a look, that woman's hands on this news report are really, really weird. But anyway, she's not the focus of our attention today, although her arms are extremely weird on the footage. And look, her hand has disappeared there. So what is she then? Anyway, it just got me how close this house was to the house next door. And being that it's that close to the house next door, that house, basically there it is, with a tiny weeny bit of singeing. This house here was practically on top of that house. Now, we have that footage there of the flames. Even that blows my mind. Just looking at it, started turning into people in the fire. Can anybody see it yet? Look at that. Is it that they're using the media to tell each other what they think of each other, and that actually all the other states, because in America each state is like its own country in a way. Each state has its different rules and regs and stuff like that. But is it that they all say, "Ha ha! Look at us! This is what we're telling you. Ha ha! Look, we're showing you this. This is the sequence. This is the symbols. This is the whatever you want to call it." Hidden in these videos, so basically all the other counties have to get their little goggles on and whatever it is and start looking at the footage to see the message that Colorado, whoever's putting in these things, I don't know what it is, but everybody can see that, can't they? I'm sorry, I'm not making this up. I'm just slowing the footage down and showing what they're showing us. And as you can see, there's a man in the flames. A man. There is a man in the flames. Everybody can see that. Crazy. I'd just like to know who's doing this. Google, them, who? Anyway, it sort of attracted me because that's what first got me, was looking at just blowing up the footage a bit and seeing that all around the fire, all around here is boxes. This is all boxes. How can that be all boxes? What did they need to do to, you know, manipulate this footage? It's just boxes. Anyway, there you go. You can clearly see there's a man. This is his shoulders. Here's his other shoulders. Here's his top, whatever that is there. Whatever that is. There you go. There's the man in the fire with his mouth open. Why would they want to do this? Do you know something? All of this is out of focus, right? But he isn't, even though he's got boxes around. That is much more in focus than this. Why would they want to do this to the people and show us this subliminally? Because you're not going to see this at normal speed. Why would they want to do this? I just don't get this. I mean, maybe it's not really for us. Maybe it's, like I said, giving messages out to the rest. See, you'll burn in hell. I don't know. I mean, if you really want to see it, it looks like a person. Look, head, shoulders, arm. Okay, that one, but this one does look like... I mean, look at all those boxes. Do you see all the boxes around everything? Boxes everywhere. Boxes everywhere. There's the man's shirt, top, shoulders. Why are they doing this? I just find it really incredible that we don't really have to do anything, and YouTube are down your throats like anything, but these people are allowed to do all this. They're allowed to put all this in front of us, and this person is very strange. Now, what gets me is, yet again, broken nose. We'll come back to his nose. Anyway, this is very interesting. So, there's a date on this, but about the same time, maybe a week out of that fire in that house, blew the house up. Again, even blowing a house up, the house collapsed. It was supposed to be blown up, but anyway, they had now inspected 4,000 within a week of 200 active, and then actually you'll see that they actually closed some of them off. Anyway, this is information that Anandaka are putting out shortly or around the same time as the fire, and also at the same time getting rid of 1,000 people. But no, back to that bit there. We've got him there. Let's go back to him here. Yeah. Do you see, these people always have busted noses, because really, whatever it is, I mean, you can see this doesn't match up. It's wearing goggles or something and glasses, and they come across here, see, and they're never able to match in because they're putting someone else's eyes in. I don't know what they're doing exactly, but there's always this broken nose thing going on. Nearly every picture we ever put out will give you back, no matter who it is, whichever channel, news, whatever, they all seem to have these broken noses because something else is really happening. And what gets me more than anything about this is that this thing here, which is highly dangerous, is situated around all those houses. I mean, see, there you go. There's an undamaged house. Undamaged house. This one is completely collapsed, fallen in its footprint and burnt away. But the house next door, you would never ever know that had ever been near a fire. There's no, and also being an explosion, what, not one window got broken? Because it's quite, you know, I'm going to show you in a minute. I mean, look at this, out of service now. This is this. Anyway, they're explaining that now there are let's go back to that. That there are now 600 plugged and abandoned pipelines. This is in a week of this happening on the television. I mean, obviously Anadarko must have some power here then. Then this horrible thing, right, is just next to these houses. So this is how they're explaining what happened. So it's got to be more than just vapours that came in. So wouldn't they have noticed it going down there trying to replace something? That it's got to be more than just vapours that came in. Surely they would have seen the liquid in there from this pipe seeped into the basement, and then here we go to this house. But I mean, it just looks like a burnt house. It's supposed to have gone through, you know, an explosion. Anyway, that is the proximity to the house next door. I'm sorry if that house was raging on fire. I'm going to put a few pictures up in a minute to show you what happens when something is burning next to something else. It's just ridiculous. Why can't they ever just tell us the truth? This house should have been burnt down, or half burnt at least. Other thing that's really crazy is it's sort of a bit like, well, let's stop there and go back. It's sort of a bit like, many people commented how similar the houses were to the Watts, really. And then what it is here you go. Here you've got this piece of vacant land now, which you could put 2 or 3 houses in next to this one. That's very sort of interesting, isn't it? Oh yes, and then we've got the grey pickup. Now I'm pretty sure a lot of people have pickups in America, but I mean, it's quite ironic, isn't it? Grey, Anadarko, the whole thing. It's a bit like some of this has been taken over to another case. Anyway, we're moving on. And this is this dangerous, look at that, high pressure explosive vapours, no smoking. Yeah, let's make sure that it's totally visible, totally dangerous in the middle of a housing estate. Children can go near it, children can do things. I mean, there's no way that thing would have to be covered. I'm sorry, you could not have that in the open when it's got high pressure explosive vapours. And I don't actually think this happened the way it did. I really don't, which I'm going to explain a bit more. We've already seen the figure, the man in it. I mean, did you see that? Look. Something here and an eye peers over here, wherever it was. I just saw it. But anyway, let's move on. So this building then fell in its imprint. So hang on a second. Hang on a second. Didn't the first explosion happen in the basement? Well, I know here looks pretty charred, but not here. Basement's usually open. This is from fire. Very strange when it blew up in there that maybe some of this isn't cracked, don't you think? Also very interesting, this window here is below ground. What, they had that window opening onto the... Oh, I suppose it's on the side, isn't it? Oh, it's hard to tell whatever anything is. Anyway, let's move on. Just thought that maybe some of the walls would have been cracked. Anyway, let's move on because that's the news. Anyway, this is him standing in front of it, and this is where the burnt house is over here. So, I mean, look how close all these houses are. No, now it's got something around it. This is a resident who wanted something done about it because on it says high explosive, high pressure, no smoking, and what the damage it's caused. Anyway, on to the next bit. Starts off as a collapse, turns into a fire minutes later. And I noticed, look, here, what's this? It's like a person now in the fire. And all this fire going on, like with another face in it. Look at this. What is this with this? What is this? Why is that in the flames? There's no way it can be in the flames. Oh, just what is it all? Look at it all. What is all this? But at normal speed, you just don't see these things going on. Anyway, I mean, look at that. So, look at this. Look at this. Look at the flames. This thing was it. Ah, look at it. Roaring. Roaring. With that house right on top of it. Roaring. And I can't believe that people were walking around it. It had already exploded, right? Look at that. There's a box in there. Oh my goodness. It already exploded and then all these people are still walking past it. It's absolutely dangerous and everybody's walking through it and past it and stuff like that. Incredible. My point of this. There you go. Now look at the proximity of that house to the other house. Look how close it is. Right, so we go back to here.
Killed in a Weld County house explosion.
So, very slowly we're going to go through this. Now, this is a building that has caught fire here, right? And immediately you can see that this building right next to it is very, very connected now to the fire because now it's starting to go up in fire. So within minutes, the house next door is on fire. It's wooden, just like the other one that we've been watching. And there you go, join. So I'm sorry, with an explosion at the end of it, the house didn't actually burn down, but this whole thing is burnt. Where on the other one did we see that? We didn't. We didn't see anything like that. Let's go back. There you go. So, I'm sorry. Something really doesn't, as usual, add up to any of it.